Just turn the audio on now.
Okay. They're almost locked, so we've got...
Well, he said he was not going to.
Mantra are locked up. And I guess we say that stream's good to go from our end.
Yep, I'm typing that right now.
Okay, great. And I'll link MWO Leagues 3.
In the sheet.
No, I couldn't care less about that. The announcements.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay,
Hello.
so 250 on Mantra, 245 on KCM. I think that tonnage is actually very, very valuable in this first drop. So dropping 5 tons under, to me, would indicate aggressive of some sort. Because I just don't see why you wouldn't take all your tonnage if you're not being aggressive. Like, it's pretty valuable.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
The difference between like a flea and a commando is pretty huge, for example.
Yeah, I suppose with the commandos being so strong and popular in this tournament, they might be willing to keep them, for future drops.
Mm-hmm.
They might value them more in a different map with a different tonnage range.
Yeah, so caps are Epsi, Theta, Kappa. For anybody who's not aware, ISC rules dictate there's only 3 caps live. So cannot cap Gamma or Sigma.
Yeah. And 6v6, 6 mechs on each side, and Innisphere only mechs for this tournament. Have the dropships coming in shortly, we'll see. There we are. I'll call out Mantra when they drop. Well, they've got an Osiris 1P. See what type of Osiris they've got. SRM Heavy Machine Gun, Small Pulse. Heavy Machine Gun, Medium Pulse Vulcan. And 4 SRM 6, 3 Small Laser Hellspawns, 3 of those, along with a Hatchetman.
It's snub mag shot stuff with a longbow with your large small laser. And Flea 19's mag shots, Bowser's Flea 19 has a light PPC on it. I guess a little bit low on ammo, but I know it got a bigger ammo quirk somewhat recently. So.
On a 4 SRM 6 Tin Man. So, going to be a brawl.
Yeah,
sending it straight away.
Really bad for Mantra.
Opposite ends.
Yeah, they have messed up on Mantra's end, and despite having that Osiris, they didn't use to scout at all. I guess they wanted to hide their push, but they've gone up the wrong side. So now they're in a terrible position because that longbow is going to start farming them. If they had gone the other side, they would be in probably a really good position. But as it stands, they're in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, the light PPC on the what is typically just 8 mag shots for the Flea's an interesting one.
Yeah, so KDCM have scouted everything. I'm not even sure if Mantra has managed to scout because they're just hiding on this high ground.
Yeah, they're still just rotating, aren't they?
I mean, it's such a far distance that right now the longbow is not really doing any damage. But yeah, it's going to be hard to close on it without getting one of your mechs beat up pretty badly. And honestly, the Fleas can kite pretty well. They have so much more space to do that now before they have to stand and fight with their longbow that I can't see Mantra winning this, to be honest, if KDCM play it properly.
Looks like KDCM are moving their 2 Fleas into screen this push. And they've got their Vulcans and longbows sitting at the top.
To be honest,
have a range advantage, so it makes sense.
I think keeping the Vulcans up top, though, is a mistake. The Vulcans should definitely be like kiting similar to the Fleas. They're faster with the mask and have more range. And can start getting back shots and whatnot. Just keeping them with the longbow, definitely a mistake in my opinion, but it might still be okay.
Yeah, makes sense. Ideally, you just want to engage in a brawl and just have the longbow just farming untouched.
Neon going ahead, pretty far, I'd say. He took a bunch of damage, torso open. They're not going up
especially in this Cyrus, which is extremely high DPS.
You see the Fleas getting a bunch of back shots. They're just ignoring the Fleas completely, which kind of have to do, but yeah, it's a problem.
See if they can manage to get up here, and they're going to clean up the longbow by the looks of it. Or try to. Going for the longbow's legs.
Longbow going. Mantra.
XL Hatchet Man.
Oh, I guess that's how he was able to keep up.
Yeah, XL Hellspawns as well. Yeah.
You can just kind of see that like the damages are just too much in KDCM's favor, though.
Yeah. I was hoping to see at least an LFE Hatchetman, though, honestly.
Yeah. The thing about the Tin Man is it's so tanky because it's got the SRMs and like the CT. And so even after losing a side torso, it keeps most of its weapons. It's like bringing it and then not bringing a LFE is very strange, I'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that ended up being a pretty one-sided affair. They didn't even manage to get one more mech after they jumped the assault.
I think in Mantra's like defense, it's pretty atypical for the enemy to bring ER large and then push the other team's high ground. You definitely can see that they were not expecting that at all. I think that KDCM probably KDCM was probably thinking like, okay, we're gonna have to push the enemy if they have like a bit more ER large than us, and if we scout that they're like pushing, then we'll try to pull back. But yeah, I mean, the problem is Mantra just didn't scout at all. They just like gambled on hoping their opponent might go to a specific place, and when they didn't have a backup plan.
Yeah, I think, like you said, it would have been a much better match had Mantra basically gone the right way.
Yeah, I think it would have been a lot closer.
Yeah. But it makes perfect sense what Mantra did. Like, I understand why they do it.
Yeah. I just think the mistake is like the Osiris at the beginning. If you jump up to, I can actually pull up the map strat. Give me a second. My map strats, after all. But I think that an Osiris doesn't actually give that much away. We've seen that there's the skirmishing Osirises that have gained quite a lot of popularity with the Mag and Snub. That Coalition has been using quite a bit.
Yeah, showing that Osiris wouldn't give anything away.
Yeah.
In this drop either. Like, so, you wouldn't see an Osiris regardless of the building. Go, okay, they're definitely doing this. So it'd be safe to scout with it.
So I just want to illustrate that what they should have done is have their Osiris jump up here at the beginning. I'll use purple.
I don't have your thing.
Oh, I can link it to you.
Yeah.
But if they jump up there with the Osiris at the beginning, you can get an amazing scout, and the Osiris is definitely fast enough where it can catch up to its teammates anyways. You saw it actually go too far ahead when they went for the push and take a bunch of damage for free. If it jumps up there, while its teammates start pushing in D2 or towards where they think their opponents are going to be, then when you see really early on your opponent coming up into F4, you just change your route and you immediately cut and
just turn right around,
and go like that or something. I'd probably more like go like through the middle, try to catch them like there, and go up. Give them a lot less time to set up. If you have enough JJs, honestly, you could go like straight and then just jump straight up. If I'm not sure if they all had enough JJs or not, but if you did, then that'd probably be the best. But yeah, instead they ended up going like all the way around here under full vision, and just obviously gives KDCM so much time to decide how they want to receive it, call out which mechs they want to focus. Longbow gets a bunch of extra damage in, etc., etc.
Yeah, I wonder if they cut through the middle like that, where they would actually catch the longbow.
Yeah, I mean, their mechs they're pretty fast. I mean, it was an XL Tin Man. I would guess that they're all going like over 110.
Yeah,
the longbow, like, it's got mask, but it's also an assault mech, and the mask won't make it all the way to F4 before capping out. I'd have to go back and see like the exact timing in the match, but like the longbow was on the ramp. I saw it going up into F4 when they were already capping Epsilon. So I don't know.
Yeah, if they reacted quick enough, they may well have been able to catch it before it's even fully up.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, the Osiris, if it jumped up to where I'm talking about, it will like do it right away. Like it'll see those Vulcans right away, and so they won't even be out of Delta 2. You could even like go change your mind, go all the way back up onto your high ground and respawn. You have so many options basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that was my first thought, was just like not even go through the middle, literally just go back to your spawn and go back around.
Yeah, yeah. They definitely could do that.
Yeah. And then maybe you can avoid even being scouted for a little bit longer from the opposite team.
Yeah, yeah, like they'll see the Osiris, but again, that doesn't give away everything.
Yeah.
Could maybe even go for like some big brain play, have the Osiris after it scouts and gets scouted, go towards Theta or towards Epsi. Kind of fake and get them to look that way while the rest of your team doubles back and pushes their high ground, and maybe then no one's looking and you just get on them. Almost certainly be a victory in that case.
Yeah, it would be a game-winning play if you managed to just like surprise them with that sort of drop deck full of SRMs.
I think I understand that it was just a one-time thing for the very first drop. Sorry, I'm gonna unmute the stream just to want to make sure audio is working fine. Kiting similar to the fleas, they're faster with the mask. Okay, seems like audio is working fine on the stream.
Yep.
Oh, I like what I see immediately.
And you see the Atlases.
Yeah.
When you spawn in, just these big boys in front of you.
Interesting. I also like, I think that's the first time I've seen in comp this new Zeus. 2 heavy PPC, 7 small lasers. That's very interesting. You see it has very, very high mounts for those heavy PPCs. Your PPC, heavy light. Pretty typical KDCM deck other than that Zeus, I think. You're a large Goss on the Highlander. I guess it's going to play Radio Tower. Obviously, Mantras is full sending here, right? So it'll be interesting to see the path they take and if KDCM can stop it. I definitely think that both teams have the tools to win this drop. What's really important is that Mantra does not go either through tunnel or like all the way to the right and get stuck behind Radio Tower. You have to funnel out and get surrounded. But I'm also not sure about opting to just push water side. I feel like you want to kind of like stay as inland as you can and then break off to the left at some point. Yeah, they're already taking a bunch of free damage. Oh, they're just gonna go into the water like that. Okay, I don't know about this pathing. I don't like this at all. I feel like you're doing exactly what KDCM wants you to do. This might even be worse than going tunnel. See, Winter's taking a bunch of free damage. He's halved.
We've got the big Atlas brawl push coming through the middle.
You think this Atlas is standard engine? No, he's light engine, dead. They've dealt essentially no damage at all back. This is rough.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not how the pathing you want to take to do a push.
No, it's very exposed.
Well, let's see what's happening.
They've done it to try and get they got the lights in the back.
Yeah, but like they're coming in one at a time. JBV was in way earlier. Like, so he's got an open side for us.
Getting picked. They got one, but
I mean, yeah, David Renard
may not be enough.
It's
Jiffy's running away.
Oh, doing some team damage there even.
Oh, Jiffy just slapped him.
Yeah, they just
like left torso.
They didn't come in together on that first mech, so they bled too much, and yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I'm going to be honest, that was just not a very well executed push. I think they had good mechs, but the coordination and pathing was just not there.
Yeah, the Atlas is taking a bit of a different path. The Wolfpack coming in all at the same time. And I dare say, like, try and fit the standard engine as well in the Atlas. That'd make it a lot of difference.
Yeah, I think the light engine's probably better, just because you will lose so much speed getting a standard. And they'll try to kite you, but... Yeah,
What were the exact builds on the Atlas? I missed them.
Snub SRM6. So it's going to be 2 snub and 4 SRM6 almost certainly.
I'm sure you could get.
I don't think that's a good build either for going legs and brawl pushing, to be honest. You're wasting a lot of the damage on the snubs because of the splash, but it doesn't affect the legs at all.
Yeah, a large X pulse Atlas push would make a lot more sense to me, which is
I think just
more traditional meta.
Just bring 6 small lasers instead, even, and get a much bigger engine and go a lot faster. Like the engine cap on that Atlas is a 400. If you're running light engine, there's no way that you're hitting engine cap with Snub SRM6. So bring lasers instead, go faster, take, I mean, there's a lot of things.
Wait, isn't last year's tournament supporter pack Atlas available to use?
Yeah, that's what they use.
Yeah, so why I don't understand. Yeah, why they brought the snubs?
Is it? Yeah, I guess. I'm assuming it's 2 snubs. I didn't check 100%, but I'm assuming it's like 2 snubs. 4 SRM6.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. Yeah. They wanted 0. Yeah, that's why. Definitely just the SRM6s and then smalls.
Yeah. Very, dare I say, peculiar decisions.
Yeah, sorry, my kids distracted me, so I missed the start of that.
No, you're good. Bunch of extra damage in, etc., etc. Just checking the stream.
I mean, for a brawl push, you can run a standard 375 with 6 small lasers and 4 SRM6 Artemis, 3 tons of ammo.
Yeah, and I have a feeling they didn't have that big of an engine. They were not going that fast.
Yeah, that goes pretty fast. Yeah, and you can have almost max armor with that.
I also think that I don't think, I'm going to be honest, I know I said, like, oh, they shouldn't go tunnel, but I think tunnel would have been better than what they did. I actually not sure if I could come up with a worse path. I'm not trying to like, bash any team in particular or anything, but just objectively speaking, if I, like, show a map strat, I feel like you'd be better off going, like, out into the water completely, trying to use the ship as cover to cut line of sight from the back Corsair and Highlander, and then exploding out. I think you'd be better going off through Sigma, through the tunnel, and coming out. I think the best choice by far would be to hug and land. Maybe even, like, start by going up there and then come like this. Like that. The third one I drew.
Yeah, walking up along the shoreline is like the most exposed part of the map.
Yeah, instead they go like here and there's just no cover anywhere. Nothing to cut line of sight. You're surrounded because they're hitting you from all sides. Yeah. It's pretty rough. Good receive from KDCM though. Do you think that they're going to mix it up at all? Or is it just going to be pushes from Mantra the entire time?
What's the last map?
Mining Collective.
But the tonnage even. Surely they won't just double push on mining like that with huge heavy mechs.
Mm-hmm.
I'd imagine they have to switch up at least once. Oh, yeah, I'm just watching the stream back now. Yeah, I'm just all silent.
Sorry, what's that?
I am, because I was just absent at the start of the match. I'm just watching the delayed now.
Yeah.
Sleepy Spaceman saying Colonel David Renard in an Atlas. Law accuracy achieved.
It was 2 stubs and 4 SRM6, by the way. Confirmed. See back from the stream.
Yeah, on a quick mech lab together, I reckon the standard 375 with 6 just regular s'mores, 4 SRM6 Artemis. You could even probably strip enough armor to get the 385 in there.
Like, even if they're padding the Alice, if their lights, like, because they waited for a second anyways, if their lights had been hit, like, jumping the Highlander right as their Atlas is exposed and started getting shot, they'd have a much better chance as well. Right? But not only do their lights, like, funnel in one at a time, but they're not, like, the first Atlas dies before the lights hit shot at all. Like, that's... If you're going for, like, a split push, you can't have that happen. You have to hit, like... You have to hit the back mechs with your lights and have that numbers advantage, while your Alices have the numbers advantage against them, you know?
Yeah, just watching it now, JBV gets to the Highlander in the back of the map like so quickly compared to the other two. So they had the right idea, but they all took a bunch of damage they didn't need to. Yeah. I mean, this side is much better for receive, that mantra are on now. So we might see something other than Brawl in this drop itself. KDCM are locked up at 400. Alpha Charlie, all ready to go.
Yeah, looks like both teams are locked, just waiting for Bowser to launch it.
Here we are, loading in. Let's see what they've got.
Well, Oh, I hear a kid.
Yeah, they're scurrying about.
Okay, I mean, I think that this will actually be quite interesting. I think both teams, again, have the tools to win this. I definitely favor KDCM's deck just because I think the Commando is the best mech in the game, arguably.
3 Nightstar 10Ps, all Dakar. 2 Darios. And a Laser Vomit Crusader. Very nice deck. And we've got some Pop-Tart, Firestarter, Phoenix Hawk, Crusader of the Moon.
Okay, so
Crusader.
With where the Night Stars are going, they're fully expecting a push, because if you go out in the water with Night Stars and they're set up with Corsairs in similar positions how KDCM was set up last game, you pretty much just like have no recourse because you're going to be outranged. So they were definitely expecting a push from KDCM going out in the water, the best receive position with that Daka. Sorry, KDCM was expecting a push from Mantra, I mean. That's how they positioned.
Hey, that makes more sense, yeah. We've got Stalker here with regular large lasers.
Yeah, that's a good build.
Laser Stalkers versus Night Stars. So, I mean, they could potentially do a number on the Night Stars. They've got to shoot them all at once, though.
The problem is that their lights are already dead. Like, JBV's already dead. Not sure if you noticed, but... like, Neon and Dots are not able to get into the fight at all. They just kind of lost a 3 vs 3 there. Off of angles with the Night Stars. JBV actually lives, at least. How's he looking? Well, he's pretty beat up, but actually not open anywhere. From the front, at least.
It's not the worst. Not the worst.
But I don't... These Stalkers aren't able to help their teammates at all, and I don't see Mantra winning this fight over here at Radio Tower. Do you? I mean, the Night Stars are getting angles as well.
No, they have to get a lucky kill with this against one of these commandos.
Like, the Stalkers are also... They didn't get any early shots on these Night Stars. They kind of just let them get on top of them for free, so... As they swing this corner, they're just going to out-sustain DPS them. Like, look at their HPs melt. Your Jormungandr at least low. Open CT. Try to get both in picture here. Bowser's low. He's halved, but pretty fresh other than that. See Jormungandr cycled out. Does go down. Dots goes down. Jay gonna help deal with the stalkers. Yep, they fall. Nice aggression from KDCM. Pretty good path with the Night Stars after they scouted what Mantra was doing. Just kind of win both 3-3s, honestly. Mantra, despite being the defensive one team here, the team that was like sitting back, they weren't connected at all between their two groups of 3. Like the Stalkers weren't able to help their Wolfpack at all, while the Night Stars were able to help their Wolfpack, which is like opposite of what you'd expect in this sort of situation, right? Generally, the defending team is like compared to a split push is more able to help each other.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a counter push from Mantra, basically.
Yeah.
Like one way or the other.
I think you could have counter pushed.
If you see those slow Night Stars going in the water, hopefully your Stalkers are pretty fast with that build. Just swing them straight up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, try to catch the lights. I think they also could have like
see if you can get. You only need 1 or 2 burns even against a commando with those Stalkers, and then you've legged it.
Yeah, yeah, completely agree. Let's see, commandos doing the most damage, or at least one of the commandos, despite being a 25-ton, most likely standard engine light mech. Commando classic right there.
Light mech's OP, bro.
Well, I did notice it's getting nerfed for the next patch, and despite some people complaining about that, I think that might be seeing the reason why there.
Definitely warranted.
Mining will be our last one.
Okay, here we are. Mining Collective, the last map of the day. 2 more drops to go.
Yep.
Very strong showing from KDCM so far.
Yeah, very decisive in their strategies and how they play them.
Execution.
Definitely, I'm trying to think what mechs haven't been used by both teams that could potentially be used in this last one. Mining's a little bit weird because a lot of the mechs you'd want to bring for a high tonnage drop that have jump jets are clan. Obviously, you don't have access to clan mechs in ISC, so the options for assault mechs with JJs are a lot more limited when you're only looking at the IS side.
Yeah, it just makes it for some interesting choices.
Like,
that, aren't necessarily bad, but you wouldn't see them otherwise.
Yeah, like you don't need to bring mechs with JJs, but there's disadvantages to not. So, for example, normally you take something like an Annihilator over, I don't know, something like it's like a Battle Hunter toner. I mean, everything's like somewhat viable at this point, but let me think.
Yeah, it's something that you won't see very much. Something like the more Highlanders, I suppose.
Yeah,
can be quite powerful.
Yeah, like you take Annihilator over maybe like a Fafnir, for example, most of the time in comp. You still do that here, but yeah, I think the Hounder is a good example because that has JJs. So it's like, okay, well, if you take the Annihilator, you're ground bound, so the positions you can go are a lot more limited compared to the Hounder, despite it probably being like a worse mech in most people's opinion. In general,
yeah, the ability to access the different platforms on mining is pretty powerful. Having said that, you can still get away with 1 or 2 mechs without jump jets, without it being like incredibly detrimental.
Absolutely.
But I'd definitely take at least 4 mechs with jump jets in a 6v6.
Also depends on what your strat is. Like if you're trying to push and you don't have jump jets, then like you're kind of just screwed in my opinion. Because you won't.
Yeah, it can be disastrous.
There's too many spots you just won't be able to access and deal with, and so you just like, if the opponent positions properly, it doesn't matter if you're better and play better. You just like can't win.
No. Oops. Jay disconnects.
Well, luckily they had not locked yet. No problem. But the bull shark. There's a couple variants of that that have jump jets. So neither team has brought any bull sharks, right? I kind of expect both these teams to bring all their bull sharks in these last 2 drops. Such a strong mech. And
yeah, I mean, they're very strong mechs. These are very high tonnage drops. The bull sharks have access to jump jets, so it makes perfect sense that they would bring all 3 bull sharks here.
I concur 100%. Were you keeping track of the time?
That wasn't the case. No, it's not our job anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not admin, that's for sure.
Well, technically I'm an official, but I'm not going to time keep for these 2 teams. I'm sure they're not going to cause an issue.
Oh, it looks like Jay just did not reconnect, and they just decided to lock without him.
They subbed him, I guess. Yeah.
Well, we'll see if that impacts their drop at all. Obviously, Jay being their team lead and drop caller, losing that can always have large impact.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage, I think regardless of the outcomes, like tournament-wise, KDCM doesn't technically need to win these last 2 drops, right?
Yeah,
because it's so match-based.
If it came down to points, I'm not sure. I think at this point,
to have a triple. There'd have to be a triple tie.
Yes. Not sure if that's. I remember looking. I think if Revenant's 5 zeros, my team, that it might be a 3-way tie and coming down to points, but I'm not 100% certain.
I honestly haven't looked at it. I can look at it now.
I thought I remember it being impossible, but yeah, maybe for like 2nd or 3rd. Not particularly important.
Okay, so KDCM will be on 4, we'll be on 4, and 10th Lyrian will be on 4. Okay, yeah, so if Lyrian beats us, and then it goes to like wins versus tied opponents, which, well, in that case, we'll all have 1, because Lyrian lost to KDCM, KDCM lost to us, and in this scenario, we've lost to Lyrian.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would actually go down to I think the next tiebreaker that's meaningful is the points. I have a feeling.
I would guess.
Yeah.
Well, we're finally launching in here.
Yeah, but they're very low on their plus minus. They can't catch us, so it won't matter for first.
Mm-hmm.
It would matter for second in that scenario. Yeah. Okay, so it does matter. So I was wrong. It does matter. They do want to win all these. On the off chance that
ends up being the difference.
actually it caused a lot of problems. If Lyrian beats us 3-2 and then KDCM wins this 5-0, then they'll also be tied on points, and I don't think there's a tiebreaker that works for it.
Oh no. Well, here we go. Got
Not to worry.
Alpha.
Let's see.
Daka Alpha from Mantra here. It's a good choice because it has JJs if you think your opponent's going to be aggressive. ERPPC Goss King Crab. I think that's a pretty good build. I remember that having really huge quirks. I think it can alpha that.
Marauder 4As with binaries and ER meds. Cyclops Slepnir with ultras and light peeps. And we've got a Marauder 2 Alpha. Yeah.
Okay, so
5 ultras, 2 light peeps.
It's a push from KDCM here. Or at least aggression. I'm assuming Mantra scouted it. If not, then
mid-range slow roll, I would call it.
Okay, well, this Crusader has to be careful. But yeah, they're not going up the ramp, so it'll be okay. There's 4 assaults coming up the ramp and beat them. That would not be them, but it's gonna be okay.
I mean, I think if Mantra plays this well, they've got a very good chance. Honestly,
I'm concerned that they're not scouting properly. Like this Firestarter, he obviously hasn't seen anything over here, but he's still looking. Maybe he's just looking for one light mech, and they did scout like the majority of their assaults. But I'm concerned that Trem is gonna get backshot here. It actually takes a tiny bit of damage.
He almost did, but no, he didn't. In the end, I was very concerned about that too. I thought he was going to.
Yeah,
so they got the Highland and the King Crab here. They're gonna need to get damage down on them. The problem is now that the Marauder up on smokestacks needs to move.
Yeah, this actually they've already kind of let them in for free. They're going to be in range of this King Crab.
Should have been on the left and shooting them as they come.
Yes,
but he's not.
Yeah,
he needs to be more left of this. There's a little spot you can sit there that shoots down that side lane where Epsi is.
Well, at least they're all getting back in time. The Alpha is going to walk up to the back hill as well, but he's not going to have any cover up there if he does that.
Crusader's very slow. He's still near Theta. He needs to get in right now.
Yeah, this King Crab is going to melt, by the way, once everything starts shooting.
Yeah, he's going to get picked. Yeah.
Looks like he's going to try to come down the hill, but like that's kind of giving KDCM what they want in a way, right? You really wanted his team to be active while he was getting shot. But look, he's just kind of dying by himself despite, again, like a really slow push from KDCM. The other side, Hasu is almost dead. Open CT inside torso. All of KDCM's mechs are like pretty fresh. And yeah, Hasu goes down.
XL Highlander.
They're
trying to kill this commando, but the commando's just not having it.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically immortal.
Little nigga.
There's a reason why I think it's the strongest mech in the game.
Crusader's getting torn up now. Oh, he's finally going to get killed in the combined mind of their entire team, and he's still alive.
Maybe? Okay, he does go down.
Oh, there he is, yeah.
In the meantime, the assaults back here got cleaned up.
Yeah, no, the game's over.
Yeah. I think Mantra had the tools, but they didn't position right. Similar to, I think, a lot of their drop decks. It's just like positioning.
I think all of them.
Yeah.
I was confident, at least, that with all their drop decks, like I didn't see them. Okay, they've lost like before the game started. You know, I felt they've come into every drop so far, and they've, like you said, they've got the tools that they could potentially win.
Yeah.
But their execution has been lacking. Their scouting in particular has been problematic.
I really think it's the scouting and positioning more than like like skill or like
Yeah,
execution.
no, I don't think it's their like individual skill, but it's definitely like as a team, they're missing the scouting and like the more team positioning.
Yeah, 100% is what I think.
Like, yeah, scouting those mechs, those assault mechs walking down that line. You can do that straight away, right?
Yeah.
Once you see them there, you go okay, and then you just set up your position. And those assaults are so slow that you can easily set up and be ready for them before they get there.
Yeah, like you can jump on this building or just jump jet up in the air here. See their assault, all 4 of their assaults coming down the line. Keep track of them, and then have a firing line for when they wrap that corner on the left with no cover.
Yeah, and then it's just you gotta, it doesn't automatically make you win, but it gives you a very strong position against mid-range mechs.
You also see like their mechs, which lance they're spawning in, like 4 spawning in Charlie. It's like so you kind of know where to look for scouting as well.
See, the Zell in the commando only did 74 damage. I'd love to see how much damage he tanked.
74 is pretty low though, to be honest. In my opinion, he should have been able to do more because he was.
No, he should have done a lot more.
Yeah.
But I'm still just interested how much damage he received.
If you count damage dodged as well, it's probably above like 700, I guess.
Okay, heading towards the last one now. See if Mantra can pick up a win.
I don't know. I'm trying to think like what deck would I want to see from them for this last round.
I presume the Bull Sharks.
Yeah, I want to see 3 Bull Sharks for sure.
Triple Bull Shark.
I think I want to see them with some sort of like high alpha, but like the BS build. Maybe the jump jetting one that has the HSL and like double silver bullet, 3 heavy PPC or something.
Yeah, I wonder if KDCM will push again.
Yeah, both teams have all their Bull Sharks, so I kind of expect both teams bust them out.
Yeah, should be the Bull Shark drop. I'd imagine so.
Which is why I'm hoping Mantra brings a build similar to what I mentioned, because I think based on what we've seen from KDCM so far, they're likely to just bring Daka and push with their Bull Sharks.
Yeah.
And so having a high alpha PPFLD Bull Shark that can somewhat pop tar, take fast peeks, and get back into cover, that's kind of like going to be the hardest counter to the Daka push, right? Outrange and out alpha. Don't take a sustained fight against them.
Yeah, I presume KDCM's going to bring like AC5 light peep ones, right?
That's what I would expect.
So yeah. So you've either got to take really long range, which doesn't work that well from this team side. The Mantra on, like it can work, but I'd agree with you. I'd say taking as much high alpha pop tart as you can would be a good way, and you just kite them out so that by the time they get in, it's cleanup time anyway.
Yep. Spread out, get angles, play off of each other instead of letting them get like where they're swinging one at a time, killing your mechs. Be in positions where if you're the one about to get swung on, you go and you dive into cover and they don't have a target while your teammates are bashing them. Definitely able to do that on both sides of this map.
Yeah, so presuming KDCM wins this one, that means they're on 16 points. Which means they can't beat us. But it does mean that if 10th Lyrian Guards beats the Coalition 3-2, then we have a 3-way tie with Coalition on top, but second place, I don't know if it's defined or not based on the rules.
That'd be interesting then.
Yeah, because it's a 3-way tie, which with everyone having one, win against a tied opponent, which means it goes to I believe it's drop wins, and then it's tied drop wins. Yeah. 6th round, let's go. 3 cap contest with 2,000 conquest point limit.
That'd be quite fun.
I mean, it'd be fine anyway, because it's just... You could either artificially make it whoever hits 750 first wins, or you just go, well, it's just... If the 15 minutes ends, it's just whoever has the most points still.
Yeah.
It wouldn't make it that much of a difference, honestly, to comp, even though... It would make a lot more difference, obviously, to 5 cap.
Well, I think the timer is going to be increased to like 40 minutes, though, no? Or is that only...
That's in the event queue.
Oh, that's only in event. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So that one's not tied.
In private lobbies, the options are... I think the max is 20 minutes, isn't it? The match time.
You're right. That's custom. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it's like...
Yeah, it really wouldn't make a difference in lobbies.
Yeah, it's like... Yeah, that's what I mean. 3 cap, 15 minutes. It's like, whatever. It could... It's 20 minutes. Private lobbies 20 minutes. I think 15, 12, 10. I don't know under that. The TOC 1 and 2, I think we used 10 minutes. Because it was 1 cap. It was 5 mechs, 1 cap. And with 10 minutes, it makes a lot more difference than 15 minutes when it's 1 cap. Because if you hold that cap for 5 minutes and 1 second, like, they have to kill you all to have a chance of winning by caps, so they can cap the other cap points. That rules, I assume. Yeah, so gave it a really nice, quick timer, because you wouldn't think, the difference between 10 and 15 minutes for 1 cap isn't that much. It actually is. It's quite a lot.
Just waiting for these teams to load in.
Yeah, see the drop ships off in the distance. You can actually fly over to them and go inside the drop ship. Have you ever done that?
I did, but I've heard that that can cause issues where the game will crash or something. I remember Ash saying something about that at some point.
Really? Never heard of that. Regardless, yep. Well, no, we don't. For Mantra, we only have 2 Bull Sharks, not 3, and they've got 2 Highlanders, and then 2 Vulcans, so 2, 2, 2. And then for KDCM, yep, 3 Bull Sharks, a Highlander, an Urban Mech, and an Assassin.
Okay, so these Bull Shark 2s only have 60 or large with no backups. So they must have a lot of single heat sinks and max TC.
Yeah. The Bull Shark 6s from Mantra are AC5 light peeps. The Highlanders, 3 regular peeps, AC5, Ultra 5. Both of them.
Okay, so it's pretty much a role reversal of what I was expecting.
Yeah. Yeah. And then their Vulcans are just snub and mag shot.
Okay, well, I mean, Mantra's going to have to push, obviously. They have the worst side for controlling Theta, and they have less range in trade. So, see how they do this. So standard PPCs.
Already don't have my hopes up. It's got 3 LRM-15s. 3 snub nose on the Highlander.
Interesting.
Do any of them have Narc?
4 AC5, 2 AC2 is very interesting build. Guess just max sustained DPS.
Oh, I'm sad. None of them have a Narc. Yeah, 2 AC2s, 4 AC5s. Over like 5 AC5s, light peeps.
I guess the play for Mantra is just going to be to do literally an NASCAR, like it's quick play, until you get targets.
That looks like what they're gonna do.
I mean, you will close in slowly if you
unless
do that.
They stall out.
But like shooting mechs on the other side of the map with light PPCs is probably not going to do a whole lot. I'm not even sure. Are they doing damage at this range with light peeps? They force them off to the ACs. 11% to him. Neon is already down 20%. Not exactly sure to what.
Yeah, Jay is as well. Jay's on 82%.
Irby's like already on their tail here.
Oh, Jay almost got 1 hit. His rear right torso is like red. So he almost got caught out by something in his Assassin 26.
See, he's just running for the cap.
The Irby's bothering them at the end. And then they've turned.
Yeah,
See what they can do about that.
I feel like the Vulcans could have turned, like, if they knew it was coming, they could have, like, set a trap and then jumped it.
Yeah, jumped him, yeah. Just the both of them at the same time, just jump up.
Doesn't really have any support other than that Hounder, Flurms, and Snubs. That was pretty far back.
Plus, on that area in Tits, there's a lot of cover from Lurms anyway, if you're in a Vulcan.
Like,
well, they're NASCARing, but I wonder if they're NASCARing too far.
I mean, I think so. I think they probably want to come up on this high ground and then, like, trade across where they're going to be closest. And probably have the Vulcans control this high ground with the Highlander, right? You don't want to give up Tits like this, I don't think. Because now, look, they're basically funneled into a corner of the map.
Yeah, they look like they've rotated too much. And now Bowser and the Urban Mech have taken over Tits and look like he's going to get some LRM shots here in a minute.
I mean, damage-wise, it's not unrecoverable now. Maybe they're laying into Young under here a bit. Only 8%. Actually stuck for the moment. Okay, he does fall down. Takes a little bit extra damage.
Yeah, no, they're still fine damage-wise.
Yeah.
No one's too hurt to be out of the game.
It's just like the positioning that I'm concerned about, but like, I don't know, maybe they can catch something eventually.
They might be able to get Jormungandr here. He's only got 6 CR large. If both the Vulcans jump him, they could do a number on him.
Yeah, he needs to be like ready to jump over to the other side into the middle for his teammates, but he's not. These Vulcans need to be aggressive on him for sure. Try to keep him in place.
The other bull sharks here now, but they should just. This is their opportunity to do some damage. 72%. He's trying to run away, and their Whiskey Tango Fox isn't helping him either.
Yeah, but what happened on the backside here? Both with Ald, Hasu, and Colonel, almost dead. I kind of missed what happened. I guess I missed that. They just got farmed by the Lurms.
They get cleaned up by Jiffy through the tunnel here. Look.
Yeah, Jiffy with a worse build, in my opinion, for trading. I'm surprised that it's such an HP lead.
Yeah, Jiffy just ruined him.
Yeah.
Probably Bowser with the LRMs.
Well,
I'd imagine. We'll see. If he's got 700-800 damage, then it's going to be that.
Yeah. Vulcans are forcing on this Bull Shark. Do get the kill, but Neon is very low now.
Yep.
And JBV goes down to J. Actually, Jay just cleans up both of them.
Yeah, that's it then. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, I think...
we'll see what happens. We'll see if Bowser has a lot of damage, then the Lurms have been messing up those assaults.
I think, again, like, this time I think their deck was, like, pretty disadvantaged, honestly. But I think, again, like, the positioning, just, like, the decision to literally, like, NASCAR, like, it's quick play, or on the very edge of the map.
Yeah.
And to, like, not even try to turn on that Irby by itself on Tiz or anything like that. Just, like, letting them chase you for free with no threat of turning around is, like, yeah, you can't do that.
It's execution. Let's see, damage stats. 568 with the Lurm, so he did a bit.
It's mostly Jiffy, though.
Look at his Jiffy, 968.
Yeah.
He's obviously taken on a 2v1 in that tunnel and just cleaned them up.
No, I guess it's like because it's so thin. I guess it's a 1 versus 1, but it's like 2 1 versus 1s, and somehow just like still taking the lunch.
I think he was high peaking with there's like a ramp there that looks into it.
Yeah, we saw him on that.
He was on that ramp high peaking while they had no cover comparatively.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well played to KDCM.
Yeah,
both teams were playing.
KDCM. Good end to their ISC.
KDCM very successful this ISC. Only losing to one team.
Yeah, good. Definitely. I think it's one of their best performances in Div A, KDCM. If not the best, it may well be their best performance ever. Let me have a look. KDCM.
Well, maybe they had gotten second place before, but maybe not.
No, their best before this was third place in MOR2 in 2022, and that was a combined GNX KDCM team.
Well, I guess we shouldn't be too ahead of ourselves. We still have to see if Revenants can get a bunch of drop wins. Or maybe even 5-0 coalition. But yeah.
Yes, but even then, the KDCM's best performance in Div A has been fourth. They've never gotten third.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So no matter what, they've guaranteed third. So at least, if not better. So yeah, nice performance for them. Good to see them playing well in Div A.
All right, that's it for me. Thank you for joining me, Chris.
No worries. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you for both these teams for playing, and I'll see you guys next time.